Welcome back, everyone. The luncheon break has come and gone. And so now it's time for the response by Diamond Creek. Everyone is just, all the players from the Rosanna team are warming up. So, the two opening batsmen that are coming out for Diamond Creek. Let me just bring that information up for you, just a second. Here we go. So it's Sexton and Evans. So we've seen Evans bat before, but he was batting with Whedon at the time. And so now we've got a bit of a change. There's the Rosanna team. A team of very different heights. Some big adults, some young kids. Coming out onto the middle now. So here we go, everyone's coming into their positions. So the target is 126 off 35 overs. Alright, let's take a break now and we'll come back. We've got ball one. So here we go. Evans to face. The first ball of the Diamond Creek response, 126 to win from 35 overs here at the Shelley Park in Heidelberg Heights. First ball, here we go. And it's off the glove and it's down to the fine leg where they'll pick it up and it'll be a comfortable one. On strike now is Sexton. So it's pretty much the same field which you would expect at the beginning of innings. And it's pulled. And a wicket. First ball, Sexton is out. Short, outside the off stump, pulled straight to mid-wicket. First ball duck. What a start for Rosanna. That is exactly the kind of stuff that they would have needed to really give them some energy for this run chase, because the run chase, 126, is not the largest. And so the fact that Sexton has been removed first ball is a very good thing for them. And here comes Bellingham, captain, Now Bellingham only scored 13 runs in the one previous game brought to you by Channel 8, and so but Bellingham scored 71 for the game against in the G3 for Diamond Creek. So a temporary promotion just to fill a vacancy, and now he's back as captain of the G4, which is the 7th of Diamond Creek. So here we go. If you don't get off to a good start and you struggle to get your run rate above 2 or 2.5, it can suddenly become a real hassle, and even to score 100 off your overs becomes challenging. So he has to think of a way of getting off to a good start and making sure that run rate starts off in a very good position, and he's got momentum through his innings and through the team's innings for the first quarter. Here we go. Bellingham to face. And it's cut. And it's over the head of the gully, and it's going to the third man region, and Point has to chase it down. They got 2. They're not going to think of a third. So, a risky shot there. First ball, short, wide, cut, made sure that he rolled the wrists on it, so he got a top edge and he didn't hit it straight to the gully. I think that was a clever batting by Bellingham. He knew what he was trying to do there. It wasn't an accident. And it's pulled, and it's fumbled by the square leg fielder, and they get 1. So straight away Bellingham getting into his work. Every ball of this inning so far has involved something happening. And pushed off the back foot for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and pushes it comfortably back to the bowler for a dot ball. End of the over. The first over is finished. It's 1 for 4. So second over. Oh, the keeper's gone up to the stumps. So what's going on? Is a spinner to open the bowling. And it is a spinner. It's an off spinner. And it was short, wide, and Bellingham tried to play the cut shot, but it went straight to the gully for a dot ball. 1 fielder in close catching, a short bat pad. And it beats the short fine leg, and they get 1. So good sweep shot there by Bellingham. As usual, Bellingham is very good at picking the length of the ball immediately, so he knows whether to play it off the back foot or the front foot, and he can then just has to figure out what the line is. And Evans tries to repeat the dose with a sweep shot, but gets a top edge into the torso. So, gully, point, cover, extra cover, and that time it was straight to a short fine leg, so dot ball there. And then on the leg side we got a short-ish mid-on, a deep-ish mid-wicket, a deep-ish square leg, and then a fine leg that is not a short fine leg, but it's not on the fan, so it's a middle of it. And left alone there. Comes into bowl and tries to play the sweep shot again, but misses, and it's taken by the keeper. So a good over there for Rosanna. It's 5 for 1. Here we go. Third over of the match, of the innings, sorry. Tries to play it down the leg side, but misses. The sun has gone behind some clouds now, so it's not as sunny or hot, but it is still very, very humid. Comes into bowl. And it's pulled. And it's over the head of the two fielders at mid-wicket and square leg. They're going to get one, they're going to go for two. Are they going to go for a third on the arm? The fielder still does not have it in his hand, so they've got to go for a third. And they don't. Just the two there. No one is really running hard today. It's understandable, but not inexcusable. Comes into bowl. And down the leg side, and a bit of a ooh from the field as if it was a tickle. There is one person riding their bike through the park. Other than that, the park is empty. It's not the most eventful Saturday of January. Comes into bowl. And it's late cut. And it's through the gap between point and cover, and the fielder at point has to chase it down, and they're just going to be happy with one. Comes into bowl and driven, thick inside edge, and doesn't break through the gap on the onside, so fielded for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and left alone. It's 1 for 8. So the off spinner is to continue to bowl. Left alone outside the off stump. Comes into bowl and driven, but not comfortably driven, a little bit of a bobble up, but there was no fielder in the short area on the off side, so no chance of a wicket. And leg glances it, but straight to the fielders of mid-wicket and mid-on, so no run there either. 3 dot balls against Bellingham is very rare. Oh, playing a miss. Very good ball there. It seemed to go away from the right-hander, missing the outside edge. Wonderful piece of bowling there. And tries to play the late cut, but goes straight to a fielder for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. Oh dear, bottom edge, nearly onto the stumps. What a great over for Rosanna. It's a maiden, it's still 8 for 1. Fifth over of the innings. Comes into bowl and plays it. Oh, drop catch. they get a run. So Bellingham on strike now. And driven into the covers for a dot ball. Bellingham still taking his time to get his timing right. Especially he's conservative when it comes to the balls that are half volleys where he needs to drive it. He's only driving as much as he thinks he needs to, but really throwing the kitchen at it with oh, and dot balls into the covers, fielded by the fielder at cover. Comes into ball. Whoa! Ball bounces a bit more than expected, and it nearly clips the glove. Great bowling. They are actually using this new ball to their advantage, Rosanna. Getting the ball to move around. I did not see this sort of movement and these sorts of plays and misses during the Rosanna batting innings when Diamond Creek were bowling. So very good stuff for them. Very smart bowling. Comes into bowl and pulls it, and they're going to just pick up the one run there, fielded by the fielder at square leg. So this is the we're coming towards the end of the fifth over, which gives us a chance to see that Diamond Creek are scoring less than 2 runs per over right now. Comes into bowl and defended off the back foot, harmlessly fielded there on the leg side for a dot ball. So it's none for 10 after 5, 1 for 10 after 5. So the off spinner is to bowl his third over, and cautiously pushed, maybe nervously pushed. So this off spinner bowled 1 run off his first over and a made in his second over. So 2.1 overs, none for 1. Comes into bowl and tries to play the late cut, but it bounces more than expected and it hits the glove, but thankfully it bounces down rather than bouncing up where it could have been caught. Comes into bowl. And it's over the head of the fielders. They're going to go for a 2 there. It's an ugly slog shot from Bellingham, but thankfully he hit enough of it that it went over the heads of the fielders at mid-on and mid-wicket. But they yelled catch because it was in the air for quite a long time, but he just hit it well enough. So very dangerous stroke play by Bellingham. And it's pulled and fielded there by square leg for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and sweeps it and misfield, so the fielder at square leg has to chase it down, and they get 2 more there. Comes into bowl and left alone. Good over there for Diamond Creek. It's 14 for 1. Comes into bowl and down the leg side, and left. The umpire was not moved. Comes into bowl. And big slog. And it's over the head of the fielder at mid-wicket, and he has to chase it back. And they're going to go for the, oh no, it's a mess-up. Oh dear. So it was an ugly pressured slog shot that made him play the slog sweep. It went over the head of mid-wicket, and it was clearly that there was two there. Bellingham wanted the second, but Evans was just not interested at all. And luckily Bellingham was wise enough or aware enough that he didn't overcommit to that second and get himself a run out. Comes into bowl. And it's pulled. And the fielder at square leg has to chase it down, and they've got to go for a second here. Yes, they do. Second there. Good shot there by Bellingham. He immediately noticed how short it was, got into position, swiveled around with those feet and those ankles and those toes, and was able to play a pull shot out into the deep. So, a couple of good shots there by one shot by Bellingham, one by Evans. Gives a few runs for, oh, another bad ball down the leg side. And it's leaving it alone is the umpire. Definitely it's very hot, sweaty, humid work out there. Right now Diamond Creek are behind the required run rate, but that's nothing surprising considering it is a one-day innings. Out. Looks like Evans is a bit puffed out from what's happened out there. It is very, very humid work. He's gotten back to his feet. He was bending over. And looks like he's retiring ill. So the heat's gotten to Mr. Evans. Now this is Bear. So Bellingham to face the next ball of the over. And driven. Fielded there by cover. The ball. Comes into bowl. And played off the back foot. Tried to work it into the third man region, but couldn't. So 3 runs off the over. It's 17 for 1. So spinner to continue for his 4th over. Comes into bowl. And left alone outside. And a no ball. This is our first look of Bear here at Channel 8. And it's aggressively hit over the head of the mid-wicket player. Mid-wicket fielder. He fought him out trying to run back to take a catch, but then he realised it was not possible. And they're going to go back for 2. A free. 3 runs. That is some great running there. That is the sort of running that now we can expect to see. Now we've got Bellingham and Bear out there. It's still going to be very hard work, but they need to take advantage. They need to make those 2s into 3s and the 1s into 2s. and leg glances it, and they comfortably take the one. So, as I said during Rosanna's innings, I think they left like 10 or 11 or 12 runs out there by not running the threes and the twos. So can this be taken advantage of? Oh, and it's a bye. Well, very, very watchful, aggressive batting there by Bellingham. Noticed that the keeper had messed up, and the short fine leg is not that far back. You had to have some guts to make that call that you can run this down, and he made the call. Sweeps, and it's down to short fine leg for a comfortable one. Comes into bowl, and aggressively hit, and it's again over the head of the fielder, and so that means the over the head of the square leg fielder this time, and so the fielder at mid wicket runs around, and they get 2. Very proactive over this has been for Diamond Creek. Every ball is being taken advantage of in one way or the other, and after bowling so well for his first 3 overs, suddenly this off spinner is under some serious pressure. And, ooh, chopped it down very late on the ball, just got down in time. So a good over, good productive over there. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 runs off the over, makes it 26 for 1. There's been a change of the bowling, and the sun has come back out. It's now very, very sunny out on the ground. What's this new bowler? Oh. Everyone's taking off their helmets to wipe the sweat off their brows. It's very, very humid out there, and now the sun's out, so it's also sunny and hot. Oh, tries to play an adventurous cover drive, but inside edge chops it down onto the ground for a harmless dot ball. And there's a thin smell of smoke coming across the ground now. And the bowler's just taking his time picking up the ball. Suddenly, Diamond Creek have gone from being well below the run rate, the required run rate, to now being just about at parity. And it's gone down to the third man region. It's a no ball, and they're just going to take the 1. So, no ball plus 1 there. So this seems to be a right arm medium bowler. Keeper's up to the stumps. 2 fielders are on the deep. Oh wait, no, 1 fielder's on the deep, which is the Cow's corner for the slog sweep shot. And left alone. Gully, backward point, cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, square leg, medium-ish, deepish fine leg, and then the cow corner on the fence. And left alone outside the off stump. Comes into bowl and tries to play the cut shot but misses. Taken by the keeper for a dot ball. Comes into bowl. and plays it aggressively, and it's beaten the gap in the extra cover region, and the fielder at mid-off has to run around, and they're happy with the 1. So, it's 29 for 1. Oh, wait. An extra ball in the over. What is going on? Alright. 7 ball over, which makes it an 8 ball over with that no ball. Comes into bowl. And does not run in for it. Instead, takes it on the half volley for a single. End of the over. It's 30 for 1. There are a couple of kids now in the playground playing on the swings. So, that's at least something. Okay, here we go. New bowler. Another spinner. Let's see what he can deliver for us. Going down the leg side there. So it looks to be a bit of a leggy, although I didn't see that one spin much. We'll see from the next ball. So definitely a leggy. Oh, Bellingham got himself into a bit of a tangle there. Thought about playing the cut shot, but then the ball didn't spin enough, and it just went past the off stump. Comes into bowl. And ooh, tries to drive it, but not well played. Comes into bowl and works it down fine leg for 1. Comes into bowl and ooh, yorks himself there. Not the best played shot. Comes into bowl. And again, just plays it with his pad harmlessly, so good over there. It's 31 for 1.